Hi y'all, what's up y'all? How everybody doing? Shout out to everybody in the chat with a thumb jack. Man, I was looking over the kitchen again, y'all, cause y'all know Trey Gang like to keep digging and digging, cause it's like every time when you just look at stuff, you find more things that's interesting and things that we miss. Man, I gotta shoot a disclaimer. Fair use, education purpose use only. All rights, image, and music clip belong to they respective owner, and we do not claim ownership. Now, I just want to expose this kitchen. Cause don't y'all know how the way they gave us the kitchen and the evidence, you know, like the route and all of this. Man, I done found something new. Look, let me go to my screen, right? First of all, y'all remember the story Andrew Holmes said? And he was like, yeah, she was down in the kitchen in the lower level. Keep this in mind. Everything what he finna say about the lower level in the route, just switch it to the upper stairs. Don't even think about the lower level kitchen right now. You see what I'm saying? Don't even think about the lower level kitchen. Everything what he about to say, just imagine Kenneka on the main floor. Cause y'all remember when they go to ball, she gonna come out. Everybody knows she gonna walk around the building, even including towards the pool area. And sometime she went, watch this. Everybody know this the entrance to go to the caddy shack. Right? Right here. This the entrance to the caddy shack right here. I'm inside the building, right? I'm gonna turn it around, I'm gonna go back out this way. Alright, this the entrance. That's the entrance. Now look, if I come through these doors right here, I can keep straight ahead. Cause remind y'all, this the entrance though. And y'all see that door right there? Y'all know where that door lead up to? Let's go on the other side. Damn it. Turn it around. Let me go back out of her. Yeah, I gotta go back over her and face the other way. Like right here. Keep in mind, I could come through her, walk through her. Cause y'all remember those doors that's going to the kitchen? You see, that's the door that the manager came through. Right here. Right here. You see where that manager come in at right there? He came from those doors right here. Whoa! Don't we have a door right here? Hmm. So when he walked through those doors, right? He had to come in, right? And make a little left. A little left, you know what I'm talking about? So when he came through here, through these doors, he had to make a left, meaning that he going back towards the kitchen way. So when he go through these doors, he coming right back to her behind this wall. Now y'all see what I'm saying? So the whole time when they gave us that laundry, this scene right here. Hold on, let me do this right quick. I gotta go to my history on this one. Not this one. Let me go to
Hey
this
everyone,
one. I don't want this kind. Look, y'all see that wall right there? Now look, this the kitchen. This is the kitchen. This the freezer right here. So you mean to tell me, bruh, that room right here is the same fucking room by the freezer though? It's the same room by the freezer though. They want us to believe, yeah, this like a little storage room. I'm like, wait a minute, ain't nothing in there. Ain't even no shelves or nothing in there for be no storage room. This ain't even no my room because I don't see no kind of mop buckets, brooms, no cleaning utensils, none of that. So look, he had to come through these doors, meaning that this man was in this area. Check this out. Once you turn around, y'all know this door right here. Guess where this door finna lead you to? Looking straight ahead. Look, it's looking damn near straight ahead to the double doors here. All right, watch this. Guess what? I'm finna show you where that door is. Right here. So you mean to tell me, bro, you can walk clean down this joint? Go in here. Oh, they won't even let us peep around the corner. But if you peep around the corner, you can see the double doors. So the whole time, this another thing I discovered. So you can come this way to the fucking freezer. No wonder why it was a doorway right there. It all makes sense. So these folks had to really edit and Photoshop pictures to make this look like, yeah, this was just a little room. You know what I'm saying? So now look at this.
Top of a red, yellow caution sign, and then a red sort of painted bricks there.
This so crazy, y'all.
Then the next shot is at the top. There's the caution sign, the bricks, top of the stairs.
Now look, this the exit, this the entrance to come inside the hotel.
Then there's some guy standing there for some unknown reason. Probably just making sure.
Bro, all of this connected. This the other side of the kitchen. it makes sense why the police would be right here at this dock back here. It makes so much sense. You got another part of the kitchen right here. Then they got it boarded up. So you see that? Bro, that's a wood wall. Boy, that's the other part of the kitchen. That's another part of the kitchen. Them folk put plywood, bruh. That's plywood. Open these doors. You go through these doors. Right? So basically, all this still the kitchen. So all of this is still the kitchen. You got a freezer right there. They had to put another plywood and make it look like this ain't a part of the kitchen. In reality, this the whole fucking kitchen. Then you got to lock it from the inside, not the outside. You see the locks clearly at the top when you go to the top, cause them the little lead things back there when you prop them open. Greg Hughes knew what he was doing. Dude, there you go. You got locked, so that means you got to lock it from the inside. When the lawyer said, hey, we got people that secured that kitchen and didn't even know Kenneka was in there, but he had to lock it from the inside and go out the Caddy Shack restaurant. They even got the little handle right there so you could pull the door open. Close the door. So you got to pull this door, scrap it down. You see what I'm saying? And you don't even need no locks. Cause once you just hit that little level, right here, boom, turn it, and that just secured. All right. So if this wooden door wouldn't be right here, everybody would look at it, man, this a whole big ass kitchen. Then look, boom, right there. It's a look. That means it's another part of the kitchen on the other side of this wall right here. And boom, that's why you got the door. That's why the police was skeptical about showing that door right there. Look, let's get to it. See that? It's a whole lot of Photoshop digital going on, gang. Give me give this. Now look how they try to do it. Boom. Bro, look at all that. So If I know the wood double doors is on this side, I'm curious to what's on this side. Oh shit. So that means if I were facing those wood double doors, what's the closest angle right here? So that means if I can see these double doors, I can see down the hallway, the food court hall, because this is straight shot. You could go to straight to food court hall all the way down. You come down food court hall all the way down to the double doors in the freezer right there. Or you could do like everybody else did. Walk down the food court hall, come down here, stop right here where the pool area at. And I was like, why I don't see nobody when they come this way? I don't see them in the parking lot. Man, if you come down here, go through that door, you right there at the kitchen, bro. No wonder why everybody was hanging out right up in here. So it would make sense if it was assault going on right here in the freezer right there. Cause keep this in mind when we thinking about what if Kenneka made it outside in the parking lot. We're gonna automatically assume like right up in here. Cause this the door they showed us like, yeah, you gotta come in, you know what I'm saying, through right up in here. So we assume that it's gonna be like right up in here. In reality, shit, this would be the parking lot. This could be a fight right up in here. Bro, that makes so much sense. If you got the jacking right up in here and the pool is right here, it would make sense that how she would end up in the pool. Cause if you got her coming this way, this why they had to distract the route from probably from the pool area and say, look, just get somebody to walk this way so we could distract so nobody won't figure out the real crime scene will be right up in this area, bro. Right up in this area. That's why the ambulance truck stopped right up here in this area. Man, you see how everything is close together? So look, so when they want you to think, just say if you want to get Kenneka out the pool area, right? They had all us thinking like, how would Kenneka get out the pool area? How would drag her body from right here? Cause you know this is where the elevator's at, right? And this is where they gonna be glitching at, right here before they get on these stairs, right? So we like, well, damn, why they would show them going this way? You know what I'm saying? And we know it's a door right there. And you can walk through that door, come out that door with Kenneka bumping in the stairways and go straight through there on the lower level. So boom. So I'm like, well, how would they drag? They push her on the cart. So how would they push her on the cart from all the way on camera, not going through an employee area, not doing none of this shit? But you could easily, boom, wheel somebody out of here clearly off camera view. But it's one camera right here that's facing this way that would have caught that shit. That's why she would have all that dirt on her from the debris outside this hotel and on her clothes and stuff. See that? That go to Charles. I remember seeing these chairs, bro. I got a picture when they said they had Kenneka bent over, bro, on one of these chairs. It's the exact same chair. All right, the pool is right there on the other side. So look, it would make sense why everybody would be right here, posted up, standing around. Then look at the that's the same kind of dirt that's on the clothes, and she had to been wet, bruh. This shit had to come through the flower bed, so they had to. And then check this out. It would make sense why her goddamn feet would have abrasions on it, dragging it on the concrete ground. Them the only abrasions that were called that concrete and carpet. That's why the girl had all those rocks in her head. Cause I was like, man, look at Kenneka picture on the back of her head. This girl got all, and this shit come from like shit off the ground like street gravel, sand gravel like. And then you remember the headlights? So check this out. You had to see the headlights from right here. In this location. That means, what if it was a golf cart? It could have been a golf cart. Somebody could have, because if you look at the steps, you know what I'm saying? I don't think nobody's just going to drive a goddamn car. You know what I'm saying? That would look real strange, but a golf cart? Boy. Cause you can maneuver around in the golf cart. So look at all these branches, these trees around here. This is where everybody was standing at, right? You got an exit door right there that can lead you back into the building. So watch this, y'all. It would make sense. The pool is right there. I won't even be surprised when the girl walked out that jump when Ball walked out with dude. Man, as soon as she probably got up in her, something happened. That girl probably tried to make her way back somehow. And they caught her ass right back here, boom, and brought her back here. So they intentionally is to bring her back to the kitchen because this is going to be the original crime scene. So if we're going to be looking for yellow tape, it's going to be like up in her, bro. Right up in her, the pool. And then guess what Miss Teresa said? Y'all know they were cleaning out the pool round 3 and 4. Guess what she would be seeing all of this at? Right here. So this lady had to be in this area because she got to be right here to even be seeing the police through these doors. So you had to physically be in this area watching the police at 3 and 4 in the morning. Now look, let's go back to Andrew Holmes' story. Watch this. This the crazy part about it. So when he describing her route on the lower level, look at it like this here. It's all gonna be on the main floor, right? So think about it. He gonna say, yeah, I saw her in the lobby. He did saw her in the lobby, but she gonna walk out the lobby. So they're gonna use Zaria's story to perform this route, you know what I'm saying, to take the action away from over here. So that's why you got this long ass route right here. Boom, she gonna be in the kitchen and all this old stuff, walking around, come out through here, bump back in here, and go back to the kitchen. So if you look at it like this, the girl came around and then came through this side of the door. Don't this sound about right?
What's the facts? Well, first and foremost, thank all of you all for joining in, and thank you other activists out there for being on the front line too, and everybody out there with the protests, and everybody out there with the prayers. But the videos show the young lady in the lobby, and I watched her from the lobby walk to the elevator. Now, whether something, and I'm saying this because the toxicology hasn't come out yet. We know she consumed some alcohol and was a little bit impaired. But at the same time, if someone had put something in her drink, the toxicology would show. So that's very important, and we're waiting for that. But she did walk into that elevator, and she was trying to possibly get back up to the ninth floor, but she might have pushed the button, or the button was always pushed already to show lower level, and the elevator went down.
And check this out. I bet you any kind of money, Kenneka probably did got on the elevator. Not this elevator. Cause don't y'all know, it's also elevators in this area. And these the freight elevators, Jack. Boy, this finna hit different now. You got freight elevators in here. And I remember when that person told me years ago, was like, Trey Gang, the story is made up. The freight elevator is the last destination. See what I'm saying? I made a post about it. I got to read the post again, so y'all, then if it'll make clear, I'm like, the freight elevator, that's when I started taking pictures of the freight elevator where the water bottle at. Cause I'm like, well, she got to be in this area, but that freight elevator is over here in this area. It's a freight elevator by the loading dock, and it's also one girl. Check it out, y'all.
Okay. So she got off the elevator. I can see where she was staggering, as they said, and she got off. She went to the stairway casing. The stairway leads back upstairs. So
she was by herself throughout this.
By herself throughout this whole complete ordeal. I watched and looked for cameras everywhere. They showed me cameras everywhere. She walked to the steps. She did a little stumble trying to get up there.
Now watch this. When he explain the route, he gonna miss some. So when he say when she come through these double doors, he ain't gonna say nothing about she walked upstairs to the kitchen, right? So if you match this shit up with the main floor and walk through these double doors, I'm talking about these double doors right here. Not right here, y'all, right here. In the caddy shack.
There, but she turned around and went back the other way. Now she was still walking kind of wobbly. She did fall into the wall, and she started opening up doors. So she opened up one door, she went in, came right back out. She wasn't in there. You can tell she was looking for doors, trying to get back upstairs to the lobby. So she went from door to door. She went in this door. She didn't stay long. She went in there and came back out. She was basically trying to find her way back to the lobby. As she continued down the path,
and she went to the bathroom and everything. Yeah, she went. What's some of the doors she did go in?
One of the doors she went in was the men's washroom. That door pushed open. She came right back out. She pushed in, came right back out. She went inside another door. She came right back out. She was checking doors to see, to me, how she can get back upstairs. So she went down toward this unsecured area that she went, and the camera shows it, and it shows where she went. When she went in, the doors wasn't secured. She went right in. There was a freezer part there where you all see, where you all haven't seen it yet, where she had walked back. There was no one in there. The place, they don't even use that part no more as a kitchen part, and it has two large freezers. So she walked back there, and then she went inside that door. She opened it up, which you can open up. It's just like a big steel door. It don't take much to open it. You open up that door, you take one half a step. To your right is another door to another freezer part. She had to open up that door to go inside of there, mainly trying to find her way back to the lobby. In saying that, if she was so impaired, so we don't know what's in the toxicology, But the door closed and the other door closed, and it's dark inside of that little freezer room. So she probably got scared, tried to find her way to push that door out, but it was a safety knob there that you can touch like this, and that door will open. And I was in there with the detectives. I was in that freezer, and I was scared even being in that freezer, even in there with them, and I was in there by myself. I can understand the part where she was at with the motion camera up there, that when somebody walks, it turns that way. Where she was, you cannot go no farther. That's it. You cannot hide back there. You can't go no farther. If anybody was back there, they would have came up. They had to come out that way she came. Now, that's the negligence on that motel establishment there, that place was closed down and nobody shouldn't have been back there. Now, it's very easy for you to get in there and that door to close, and in that freezer, lights out, it's air shut tight. If you had a room in that motel, you had a child, a son, your son and daughter get on that elevator and all of a sudden start wandering around and pushing doors, your baby would have went in there. That door would have closed on your baby.
So the way he explained the route right, I'ma see can I explain it the way I think it may have went down. So Kenneka would have walked around the building. She would have been in her where it's a fucking party at. I remember when Scrape dropped them very, very first in the beginning them, and though YouTuber was saying is this the private area, and it is the private area, and they had a party in that joint, and the kitchen is also in the private area with the freight elevator. But keep this in mind, y'all know it's a freight elevator when you come down hold on. Y'all know it's a freight elevator, right? Straight ahead. Straight ahead. It's a freight elevator right here. So you got to go upstairs now. Or you can go downstairs too. But this go downstairs. Now look, if you go from the top part, right? Let's go from the top part. The elevator gonna be right here. Right there. It's an elevator. If I'm walking down this hall, and I come into the kitchen, and it's an elevator straight ahead. Whoa! It's an elevator straight ahead. So it's an elevator in this location. All right. So once you listen to Andrew Hall's story again, think about the main floor, not the lower level. Because he's going to say, look, Kenneka going to be in this private area. This is where a lot of them people going to be at, in this private area. That's why they're going to be preparing lunch and sandwiches like King Rob said. Won't that make sense? You got a private area connected to the kitchen. And they were fixing everybody lunch. And they said Kenneka would be passing hotel employee that failed to prevent her from going into the kitchen. So all of this gonna be in this area alone on the main floor. She probably was in there chilling. You know what I'm saying, man? Or it could have been that video that we all saw of her in that dining room right there. Cause that could have been the Caddyshack. I don't know, but if you listen to what Larry Rogers said, the lawyer, she was in the kitchen. Now, look, ooh, I need to go to Larry Rogers, bruh. I'm finna eat him up. Man, watch what Larry Rogers finna say about this area here. Man, I'm finna eat these folks' ass up, bruh. So they want to take us away from the pool area. So I see that. I see that clear as day. That's why they gave y'all a longer route. They had to give you a longer route and try to get away from the pool area because they ain't want nobody to be in that pool area. And check this out. Look. And then if you go to this kitchen, man, you know what, look. You know where the wood double doors at. It's gonna be behind this camera. Oh shit! The kitchen is behind this camera here, bro. Hold on. Let me find that junk, y'all. I got to find that junk. It's gonna come up in a minute. Right here. I bet you this makes sense.
Although we're still in the preliminary stages of the investigation, but we have gathered personally more video than they initially released, and it gives us a better picture of what was going on around the hotel. Amazingly, it seems to me that there were hotel staff that I would expect she should have encountered because she was in their actual operating kitchen. She was in several hotels, and we can see in various portions of the video footage employees that would have been in some of the same rooms that she was in as she kind of went through the rooms.
So you see that they would have been in the same rooms. Did you see any interaction between her and hotel staff in the footage that you watched?
I did not see any interaction, and we'll have to follow up with identifying the names of.
So, bruh, everything with Larry Rogers saying, this where everybody gonna be at. If Straight Dropping them said this in the beginning, it was people in the private area. They was even going on Google Maps and showing everybody the private area. And I watched the live myself, and I'm like, damn, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, it was people up in here, and you know what I'm saying? And they was all part, and it's a kitchen on the other side of it. They were telling us the kitchen was on the other side. They were saying that clear as day that the kitchen was on the other side, but we was thinking of the lower level. Because that's how they broke the story. She was found in the kitchen on the lower level. So it would make sense if they were part of her. You had staff in her preparing food for people that's finna do a ritual on this girl. They gonna have a camera. I wouldn't even be surprised Kenneka was standing around and one vibing with the party. And when you think about a party, shit, think about this party. Kenneka knows and feel uncomfortable, and next thing you know, boom. In my Miss Teresa voice, how did my daughter made it outside? Okay, so a fight gonna be right up in here. Man, they could have started from the door right here. Cause she had to made it out for her to get clothes on. She gonna be wet. Then the dirt gonna stick to the clothes cause they got wet and they dragged the girl back to the kitchen. Who will be pouring food at two-some? That's what Kenneka supposed to be missing. Which time stamp they were going with then? 3-some or 2-some? Between 3 and 2, who gonna be preparing food in this area? Cause all the other cameras we see, we know they ain't in the fire oven. We know they ain't downstairs in the kitchen. And all of this one big ass kitchen. It ain't broke off and sectioned away. All of this one big ass kitchen. So look. Boom. The girl made it out. Had to get assaulted. They brought the girl back into her. And whatever happened in her, man, cause you gotta think about it, they brought that girl back in her, and we know they tampered with that girl organs. Then you gotta think about these freight elevators. They would actually lead to the lower kitchen basement, cause they always said it's a goddamn furnace down here, a cremation and a hospital. Let me play this video.
Those employees to see exactly what they saw. But again, in the kitchen, for instance, you see someone in there mopping the kitchen. Also in the kitchen, you see someone who appears to be preparing some food. These are people who you would expect to have encountered her or at a minimum seen her as she went through the kitchen area.
So were they seen in the same frames as Kenneka, or they're just seen in other video in the kitchen around the same time? I'm just trying to piece together whether or not they actually may have laid eyes on her.
I cannot say that they laid eyes on her because they are not in the same frame.
Okay.
Again, that's going to require further investigation, but those are some of the things that we're looking into.
There's a man who says that he's working with the family, Andrew Holmes, who's a community activist. He claims that the police department actually showed him some video, and that in that video he saw Kenneka walking into the freezer. Did you see any of that in the video that you were shown?
We did not, and that.
Notice both of them got the same narrative, but Andrew Holmes said, well, nobody went down there with her, trying to say she was downstairs by herself. And Larry Rogers ain't telling you, you know, where she was really found. He's just going on with the camera footage that they got in this area. Miss Teresa got the footage. The Crown Plaza got this footage. Boy, I won't be in this Bill Mary kitchen. Man, this a perfect make a movie out of Bill Mary kitchen and a murder happened. I wouldn't even be surprised these people were coming in there, eating food, reading the script. A part of this script, these folk probably had a waitress. You know what I'm saying? Man, you got celebrities in this motherfucker. And all his surveillance camera is capturing everything, and they using it for a movie, bruh. That's what that lady meant by that shit. She said all of them was in the private area. You can read this in the police report. They said Kenneka walked in the private area. I got to pull the police paperwork up. So this the real footage that everybody needs. It's in her.
Was a huge bone of contention, quite frankly. It's not clear to us why they show video footage to anyone other than the family, before the family, and then that claim that he saw her walk into the freezer on video was something we requested and never received, and it appears that was not accurate.
There's also, as we watch this video, obviously when we see Kenneka in the video earlier in the night versus the way.
Now let's go to Andrew Holmes' story again. If Larry Rogers said it's employees in the kitchen, I bet you it's in this private area, gang. Gotta go with it. Gotta go with it. This is gonna be a private area where there's cameras at. It's gonna be people in this private area. Sheriff, employees, all of this shit is in this private area. So that means when Miss Teresa came in through the kitchen this way, right? This the elevator soon as you come down at the kitchen right here. Where they stopped her on the camera and when she pointed at the camera as with those camera workers, she would be facing the elevator. And the double door that the manager came through is right behind the camera. It's right behind the camera. So look, this whole all of this is the whole kitchen private area. Then look, make it so bad. This how cold the police is. If they in this kitchen, right? If they in this kitchen, this how you know they got something to hide. Cause you supposed to see these folks walking down the food court hall doing the investigation cause they in this area. So that means, you mean to tell me you don't see no police officers in this location pointing out these cameras? You could be down in the food court hall, sitting down there and watching down here. Man, you supposed to have police all through this joint. You see what I'm saying? So this private area, this is where everybody gonna be at. It makes sense. In this private area, boom, cause once you go through her, man, I wish I can go through there. They ain't gonna let me go through there cause they got the door closed. And then you got these people, he came from this area. So that means that sucker was in here. In this room. He was in here. And check this out. I won't even be surprised. That's when he opened the wood doors. I won't even be surprised that camera would have showed him opening those wood doors that was latched and let the police in on this way. Cause remind y'all, they locked from the inside, remember? Oh, if they locked from the inside, so they would still be locked from the inside. That would make the police even look more worse because the police never put it in their paperwork about the wood doors with crack. You know, they put it like, yeah, it was cracked, like it was already cracked. So that mean, man, look, if you go out with the police, that whole investigation, those wooden double doors supposed to be secured. And if anybody open those wooden doors, They got to come from this side to open the wood double door. They busted. They busted. So that's why they added it in the investigation. Be like, yeah, I remember the doors were open from that night. Oh, you remember the doors were open, you know, is that night? Yeah, because it was opened up a night before. I remember somebody went in there, you know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. So when they said the lawyer, somebody locked the wooden double door and preventing anybody from entering the kitchen. So the next person that's finna unlock it is gonna be on the camera, going here and opening up the wood door, and the police is standing on the side. Bruh, I knew it. Cause the more I was looking at the camera, I'm like, damn, the police talking about they had the back dock, and then he right there. It's like the police just waiting on him to open up the door. I'm thinking like the police waiting up for him to open up the freezer, you know what I'm saying, and then go get the police. But the whole time he just went back there. He ain't even stay there long. The freezer don't even got a lock on it, so the freezer would never lock. So the freezer would never lock. It was just the wood double door was locked from the inside, and somebody locked the Caddyshack door. Hi y'all. Oh, I'm peeping the game now. So he went in there and opened up the wood double door so the police could come in. It makes sense now why Jay Money would be taking the pictures of the wood double doors, and they was secured then with zip ties around it because it was locked from the inside. So that means if Jay Money took that picture and the timestamp say, well, you were down there at 4 something in the morning, then you knock a couple of hours off that motherfucker, you'll see why that motherfucker was still secured. So you got the police in this area, and nobody, in this kitchen right here. This where they at. Right here in this square box. And you mean to tell me you don't see none of the police officers coming out down Food Court Hall this way and expanding their search from right here to all the way down this way and to start their perimeter to all the way to here to the pool area? Golly. Man, you supposed to see police not coming out of. This is why you don't even see them coming out of this way. Down the West Meeting Hall. Cause I'm like, well damn, they take Mr. Reeser here, then you gotta come down this hallway through this kitchen. Then you gotta turn this corner and go here to the kitchen, and the freezer right there. You couldn't go this way? When Miss Teresa was in the parking lot, you couldn't just take her this way? I won't even be surprised when Miss Teresa first saw the body. That lady probably came from this way. Went in that joint. Look, when they went in there, they came through this way. And look, they came through this way and came in the kitchen. Cause 9 times out of 10, if I never been in a hotel, I do got common sense. If I come in here, I know if I just happen to walk around here, I know if I go this way, I know if I could turn this way and then I could turn this way, I just made a complete circle, right? So I know this way, then boom, if I go this way, I know this going back out, boom, I know that, you know what I'm saying? So boom. So that means if I had a child in this motherfucker and the police bring me in here, broke the news right up in here, yeah, we found your baby, then you run out there, John, then come back in, then they tell you, yeah, let's go see the body, and then they come bring her down this way, then when they cut through her, bring her down this way through the kitchen, you know what I'm saying, and oh Lord, and then and she come out here back and walk back down this way and come back down here. Man, I would have been like, man, look, I would have, a real parent would have been like, damn, I come this way, go to this way, this the kitchen, this the other side, I need to get through her. Then once I figure that part out, I'm like, damn, I could get, wait a minute. Boom, I could go here. Bam, what the fuck? What are these people trying to hide? You see what I'm saying? And then, man, y'all living over said, yeah, they showed us all the route. And it says it's many ways to get to the kitchen. You got this way, that way, and this way. 1, 2, 3, 4 ways you can get into this kitchen. Which one of them that ain't gonna be on camera view? It's 7 ways, and they were like, yeah, some of these ways, they don't got no cameras. Bullshit. Bullshit, they don't got no camera. And then look how, this will make it even look more suspicious, because look how all the police is voiding their area. Look how they all avoiding this area, bro. So it would make sense if you look at this kitchen now. Who would be back here preparing food? It's already prepped, already cooked. I wouldn't even be surprised, man. You have cooks here, and you got people coming down again. Let me get some mashed potatoes. Give me some corn, and give me some of that broccoli rice casserole. Then go over here like, yeah, let me get a steak. Get your food. Go back into the, look, you in this area. So basically everybody gonna be dining right up in here. So everybody gonna be dining right up in here. Cause look, once you go, cause this where this the dining room, this the private area. All this the private area. That's the cold part about it. All of this is the private area. So you have people coming here, boom, 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 yeah, cause you know the goddamn double doors right here. So boom, everybody dining out. Chairs, restaurants, booth along the sides of the wall. Yeah, let me get it. Yeah, you gotta go back to this room. Boom, get your little food. Yeah. Then you gotta come out this way. Boom, you back in the restaurant. You see what I'm saying? Everybody. So when everybody hungry wants sandwiches, they come through here, go through these doors. We should bring them up in here. Yeah, let me get some spaghetti and rice. Give me some fish and grits. So boom, come through here. I won't even be surprised. Kenneka and them, her family, everybody will be in this motherfucker at some point of time. And they watched the assault happen. And then she made it outside or some shit. She ended up in the pool. They drug her back in here. The freezer's right there, a couple of feet away from the door. So, Then I started thinking what Irene talked about. The lady said it's a parking lot. It's a parking lot. You got a parking lot right here across the street and over here across the street. So when she was saying it's a parking lot, man, and then the police said they on rooftop, but look over here, it's a parking lot too. I can stand over here because this what Mitch Reese and them like to be at over here, filming old videos. So if I look out, if I'm standing on the parking lot from right here, I can see everything with binoculars. Cause keep this in mind, when Leonora and them said they're gonna need binoculars cause look on those floors, man, you can't be standing right here looking up. You're too close. You either got to be back in this location, you got to be somewhere here. Cause here got the police station right here. And then what Mitchell recently like to be filming, you know what I'm talking about, that little protest she thought, you know what I'm talking about. Hi y'all, shout out to the super chat gang, shout out to the super chat gang, y'all. So now look. So you got this parking lot to think about, cause this the mall right here. This the mall where Mitchell Reese was dancing and doing they little shit over here. This Crown Plaza. So if you're gonna need binoculars, you had to be over here. But they say if you look at the sign from the E, that means they had to be right here. If you're looking at the sign down to the E, golly. Man, y'all, they said if you seen the Crown Plaza sign, this is the only thing I can see it from right here. Hold on, let me go back out of this. They got to be here, right? Either here, far away from the crime scene. They won't even let me go to the top. So let me straighten up right quick. Now you got a big ass garage right here. So if you still looking at the sign from right here, you either got to be on this, man, oh, it makes sense. You could be right here looking. So it could be from either from this side, looking from the E, the 11th floor. It's got to be either on this side or the other side. That's the only thing Miss Teresa could tell y'all. Y'all think Miss Teresa would answer this question? Where y'all was standing at in the parking lot when y'all were looking on the 11th floor? Only her, she can answer that. Y'all think she'll answer that? Cause I remember even the police saying they was on rooftops and everything. So where would the police would be when they were like stage in the back dock, stage at the back dock? Avoid audio, avoid audio. Come to the rear of the building. So man, look, if you standing right here, you got a clear view of everybody cars, everybody coming in and out. Then you can see clearly from right here. From right here, you can see anything that's happening from right over here. Especially from right here. Damn, man, I'm not trying to go there. Look there. Got a street going underground, goddamn it. They got a street going down. Look like it's going down underground to me. Boy, look like it's going underground to me. And boy, that's where those trucks will come in from that loading dock area. Oh, wait. Man, let me find out if you can go look. Oh, it makes sense. This go up underground to load those loading docks. Leave right up underground, so that means if that motherfucker leave up underground, and that motherfucker curving, ooh, that motherfucker would be curving too. Shit. Man, y'all see what I'm saying? It's going underground. Cause they got to come this way. This is where the trucks would be coming out at. So it would make sense the trucks would be coming out by the loading dock. Cause all of this gonna be up underground, cause you got hotels, cause a celebrity don't go in through these doors, through the front entry. They got, what I'm saying, underground tunnel, cause we got them. All right. The police station right here, before they moved to 95 West Devon Avenue. So I know they're gonna be somewhere here too, cause this where Mitch Teresa like to be at. This is where they threw all their news press conference right across the street from Crown Plaza. This is where Mitch Teresa and them was standing at making a news conference right here in this parking lot. The room 926 is gonna be on this side. In this building right here. It's gonna be in this building. Not that building, but this building. The pool is right there. So you can have anybody in this parking lot. Somebody could be at the outlet mall with binoculars, watching everything movement. Then you're gonna have people here could be possibly in this parking lot. Cause I remember this came up in the police car. Somebody dropped their wallet in this location on William Street. He was on William Street. So somewhere up in here. Then you got the Double Tree right here. Cause You could get out your car, go in this joint, and walk across in this tunnel right here that leads directly to the hotel. Right there. You see it? So you get off on this joint and head straight to the DoubleTree, and you in that joint. Boom, it makes sense. Some people will be at the DoubleTree. Bam, so now you got people that will be at the DoubleTree, right? So it would make sense that it would make sense that you would have people would be walking from the DoubleTree, come through her. You could come through, walk down this way, cut through her, and head that way. Cause this is where this seemed like this is where everybody was coming from, leaving out this door, walking this way. When Kenneka came out, she came out through these doors. After that part, I don't know if they walked this way or this way. Back that way. Nobody won't see nothing. So if she would have came this way, this would be her last moment. Coming through this way. They go to fire oven. You go that way to the fire oven, right? Everybody know where that leads to. 2 hours, free parking. 2 hours, free parking. All right. So, go this way. And let's just say Kenneka come through her. They walking along. Right? You're going to have people, cars parked right here and everything. You got an exit door right there. You got an exit door right there. Right? Walk along. Look at all these exit doors you got. 2 more right here. So boom, we walking along. Walking and talking. So now we right here. You got another doorway right there. So I know a car can't fit through this side, but you seen the headlights. There go the flower bed. Notice you don't see no chairs out. Keep walking. Go down a little bit. Boom. Let's go down a little bit. There go the door right there. See that door right there? That's the entrance through the caddy shack. Right there. So you got a door right here. When you saw these people, bruh, standing down here, it's a camera that's watching this hallway. And this a door right here, and nobody don't want to talk about this door right here. This where everybody was going in and out of. That's why when you see all those dudes out, you couldn't see them in the parking lot. Like, wait a minute. I don't see them. Where they went to? I mean, they both, I didn't see them getting no cars or nothing. Where they went to, I don't know. Here go a fucking door right here. You don't think they was in that motherfucker? Look. It's a camera. Right there. And it's a camera right here. So the footage we got of the parking lot is showing only this side. Not even the whole parking lot. So when you get the camera footage, you only seeing footage from right here. Right here. That's all. You got a whole section back here. Man, we all seen Monifa come through here, cause when they come out, they walk. Look how close they walk to the wall. Then you could come look. Man, you could easily like, boom, let me go in here. You come through the back door and you go clean in the kitchen and just say, oh, they gonna think we going to the car, y'all. They think we finna go back to the car. Like, yeah, did Kenneka make it to the car yet, girl? I don't know. Let's go search the car. And it took all three of them and all two of them to go to the car. Like she gonna be there. But the whole time, I feel like they would come this way, go in this kitchen, meet up with somebody, take orders, come back out here, just to come back in. Just to come back in the hotel to walk out the front door. Then, the next thing you know, the camera again finna pick them up, walking back here again. Come back in the hotel, holler at the front desk, go down on the lower level, come back up, and come back down food court hall. Man, y'all, they in food court hall, right? They went over there and saw something in the pool, and when they came running this way. So look. Police got a whole lot to explain about. Okay, so that means the beverage manager had to unlock the wooden door from the inside to let the police in. So you mean to tell me the police didn't trace the beverage manager's step? Be like, what side door you come in? Let's go over that side too. Cause all they got to be part of the investigation. She was in this kitchen, so you got to go with like, well, shit, we got to lock this whole kitchen down in the private area, all the way to the pool area. You got a long trail to do. So look.
You'd have been looking for your child. It's an accident that was waiting to happen, and it lies within that motel unit there. Who owns that motel? They should have secured that area. If locks was on the door like they was on the door when I got there, they had locks on there, so I couldn't get in, but they had no locks on there when she was there. If they had them, she probably would have turned around like she turned around at the other doors to find her way back upstairs. And sad as I hate to say, we got to find out what's in their toxicology, and whatever's in there was in her system, then it needs to come out. Then if it's something illegal, the focus goes back to the room and the people that was inside the room. If they know something, they need to say something. That's somebody's child, that's somebody's baby, and that unit freezer that she was found in is...
So why was the freezer on?
No, to me, the freezer wasn't on. To me, when they were saying that it looked like she was wet or something, it's hot as hell in that freezer. So she gonna sweat. The body gonna sweat. I'm quite sure if the freezer was on, then that's a different story that has to be proven. But at the same time, there was.
Now I see why the police is specifically dodging this area. Look, the police is in this kitchen right here. And they didn't even come out through this way. Cause if you conducting a crime scene, you supposed to see police coming from this side and that side. You supposed to see family members supposed to be watching down here like, damn, you know, then check this out. You got everybody roaming the halls around, and the police here in the kitchen upstairs. Man, you got people coming in the hotel, walking past through here and don't know it's a murder was committed in here. No wonder why Bill Murray keep this kitchen secure, bruh. He got the police on payroll. It makes sense now. They all a part of that satanic stuff. Now check this out, right? Remember what time Kenneka Watch said? Now look how the police will be on this camera. Now y'all see they got the dates on here wrong and everything, but look what 9:39 will be showing at night. Remember what time on Kenneka? What is that? 12? I don't know if this is on the 12th or what. I mean, is this on the 10th? If it's the 10th, it's the police. It would be the police then. Yup, gotta be. But they go Friends Cave. So y'all know this supposed to be at what time? I'm gonna let that sink in. Look. Uh-oh. Why they got 9:39 on there? I'ma just let that sink in. Cause remind y'all what Trey Gang discovered. And I was like, y'all look. If you knock a couple of hours off this footage, just say like, look, that's why Friends K and them were running in this area, bruh. They go to female, they go to supervisor lady. So this would be going on at 9:39. Oh shit. That's when the police will be taking the watch. Let me match it up with this. So when it will be 9 o'clock on her, I believe this at 8. Hold on. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. So we got to go to 2. Hold on. So we got to go to 2 something. 2:39 on her. Round her. Oh, the time finna skip. Oh, shit. So they will be in the kitchen when this shit going on. That even look more fucked up. They go to, oh, man. Damn. Some blinking over there. Y'all see that blinking? I forgot about the lights. Oh, I'm glad that I saw that, bruh. Damn, I forgot all about the lights went off. Damn, I got to get back on when the lights had came on. Hold on. So this would be at 9:40. So all I did was knock 5 hours off this footage because this said 9:43. He converted his timestamp and look what this time will be showing at 9:40. So it explains why you will be seeing all of this shit, and that's the cover up. I know it just ain't me, y'all. So this would actually be at 9:41, and this would be at 9:44. So let me see how this shit finna be matching. Damn, I just wish he stopped. You know what I'm talking about? There go the police right there. Oh shit, man! This the biggest receipt in the game. Man, this the biggest receipt in the motherfucking game, Jack. There go the laws. And then let's see who all will be missing off this camera. Let's see which police gonna be missing off this camera, guys. They all coming out looking like it, goddammit. Shit. Shit. And that's why they would be having no gloves on. Cause it didn't make no sense to me. Cause I was like, if they were showing this shit, you know what I'm saying, before the search started, right? Why would they already have latex gloves on? It just didn't make sense to me. It make a lot of sense when you got gloves on, goddamn it, you tamper in with evidence. Then you got motherfuckers taking pictures.
That I convert, this is what happens. Usually, I get from 2000. It's just nuts to me. All right. So now that I showed y'all that, because it's just crazy to me how when I converted it, every other footage that I convert, this is what happens. Usually, I get this right here, which is I just showed it from start. We'll start right here. We speed it up. As you can see, now look at the date. It says 9/9/2017.
Check this out. Ain't this funny that he went to this footage? Bro, ain't this funny that he went to this footage? And we watching this footage, and it's looking like at 9 something. God damn, bro. I told y'all that goddamn lead no witness know what he doing, bro. That man knows some shit. That man knows some shit, bro.
Team, remember, we saw the cops walking. Right here goes some more cops. We seen these cops just a little bit ago, 17 years ago. We just saw them cops walking the hallway looking for Kenneka. Okay, so see how this says 9/9 at 11:30? That's when they really found her. All right, everybody says that think I'm lying or something. Oh, she passed. She was found on the 10th at 1 a.m. or 12 or something. They say at 12 on the 10th. No, she was found at before 11:30. Like I've been saying, she was found in between 11. If you want to go by the timestamp on this one, that's what time they found her. Allegedly. All of this is allegedly. To me, I don't believe she was even in that freezer, or even, I think she walked into that hotel, was there for maybe a minute or two, and then was out of that hotel with Trevante, and I don't know what happened to her after that. That's the only time that I have seen her actually on footage, is when people thought it was Balls. Other than that, I have not ever seen her on footage. Everything else is just edited to me. So this is at 11:30. They come in, they find, this is the guy that this is all reenacted anyway, because if you read the paperwork, the guy that we just saw walk in, the short cop that walked in, you know, the beverage manager that allegedly he just grabbed something. What did he grab? Why you grab that? Why you come and get that? Why would you need to grab that? To hold the door open? All right. So I don't know. Maybe that's what they used it for, to prop the door open. But oh yeah, this ain't even. Let's just finish this one. All right. So this is actually the second one. The next video will tell you when they actually found it. But if you go and read the paperwork, a security guard found her. And the security guard was outside, and a cop just so happened, that short one, I guess, just so happened to be out there and bumped into him. If you really want to be real with it and read the paperwork, which I have that up. If I, have time, we can look at that, 'cause I had the paperwork right here. Which I would have had something wrong with that too, because it says here that they checked in on the 7th, and I could have sworn that it said that they checked in on the 8th, but I could have been wrong. But this is the problem that I have. You have a time here, and you also have a time up here. Another thing that I have wrong with this picture is, why is this guy's head so long? Why is his, collar or whatever?
And look, he beating around the bush with y'all. If you keep listening to him, you will be forever trying to figure out what happened to Kenneka. Check this out. I'm finna give you the truth. Everything what he just said was all cap. If you knock 5 hours off this time stamp from right here, what time this would be 5 hours off the footage? This when they really found her. If you knock 5 hours off this footage, what time this gonna be? And I'm finna make my point loud and clear with this one. And I'm finna buzz Mitch Reeser up. Telling y'all, if you knock this timestamp right here, what time it is when you knock 5 hours off this? This go back to 7. This go back to 7. When you listen to Mitchell Reese say, yeah, it's 6:30 in the evening, they pulled the fire alarm. So around 6:30, they pulled, well, 6 something after 6:30, they pulled the fire alarm. But look what happened after when they pulled the fire alarm. He go in there, get the body. This at 7. This would be at 7 at night. Right? This would be at 8 at night. See that? This would be at 8 o'clock at night. Now you finna see why Kenneka Watts said what time it was. This at 9 o'clock at night. This at 9:15 at night. See that? They taking pictures. That's the only time you're gonna get the timestamp on the watch. Hold up. Then they already was on the 911 police dispatch and already saying what they saw on the camera. Hold up.
You can file it at any time. It just like I said, just give it a little bit of time.
.101 found property report. Go ahead. 9550 William Street Garage. Meet up with
Hold on.
auxiliary Corporal Roland
Hold up.
about a wallet that he found. 10-4.
Hold up.
911, where's the address of your emergency? Out with the investigation from there.
Can't take a report over the phone.
Look at this shit.
Rosemont Police Fire Wilder.
Hey, it's Patricia.
Hey, what's up, man?
What did they do, a report or anything, or did they just do a CAD?
So, Kettenbill took the report. He did an incident report. He closed it with an incident report, but they didn't run anybody.
Bruh, this would be at the this would be at 8.
Are you guys able to check and see if they did one and all yet?
Hang on, let me,
The city closed it with an incident report, but they didn't run anybody.
hang on 1 second.
See that? So at 8 something, they taking pictures. At 9 something. And you got, they all listen to this call. They know what she got on. This way before Mitchell Reese talking about, yeah, you know, they didn't tell us
So
it
he
was something
added
in
it
the
in the
morning.
actual report, but he didn't do he didn't add it in the CAD information. It was for a Kenneka Jenkins.
Then, are you able to? They said something about it. There was a missing person filed. Are you able to run that name real quick and see if anything comes up?
Yeah, hang on. Let me run what he attached. Hang on. So yeah, they put it in as a missing person involuntarily.
Okay, so Kettenbill entered her today as a missing person, or somebody, or she was previously entered in.
No, it was entered by us at 1:16 today.
Okay. In the leads, or you
hang
put
on,
it in
I
the
got
report?
two people talking to me at once. Hang on.
We put her in leads as a missing person?
Yes.
So she's in leads.
Correct.
We did it today.
Correct. Hey, Bertucci?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was entered today at 1:16 by us.
Okay, into leads though, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you just give me her name real quick?
So
Sure. It's Jenkins, J. John.
So why Miss Teresa told everybody that round about this time they say they didn't see my daughter entering or exiting the hotel? So you mean to tell me Miss Teresa never saw these police and where they was at round about this time frame? Listen to Miss Teresa. That's why we all in conspiracy mode. Cause the lady lied about the timestamp. And then look, you got the police saying this at 8:45. What's on the surveillance footage?
Edward. When you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
J. John, E. Edward, and Nora.
Yep.
K. King, I. Ida, and Nora as Sam. First name is Kenneka, K. King, E. Edward, and Nora, E. Edward, K. King, A. Adam. Middle of initial of L. Lincoln.
Okay.
Female black, born 5/27 of 98. She's 19, 5'7", 135, black and brown.
Okay, and
I'll tell you what it says she was last wearing.
Okay, go ahead.
Was last seen wearing ripped blue jean jacket.
Yep.
Blue jeans.
Yep.
Gray Jordan shoes.
Okay.
And white long fingernails. And he did attach a picture. It looks like from camera footage.
Camera footage.
So does it look? They probably must have reviewed it from the hotel then.
Yeah.
So that means they got Kenneka on camera in the private area, bruh. And then no wonder why. Check this out. No wonder why when Miss Teresa came in that hotel, she never walked down food court hall. When she came in that motherfucker, she never walked down the West Meeting Hall unless the police. Cause I'm like, man, if you say your daughter was at this hotel, you were looking for her, won't you think you would be walking down food court hall, then you would see you in the parking lot, you know what I'm talking about? None of that. So she was avoiding the area, but when Leonora come in, she going straight down the hall. She always going straight in this location down here. So you mean to tell me it ain't strange that you don't see no police officer walking down here conducting investigation? None of that. So why Miss Teresa told everybody? They said they didn't even saw her. No, we were just hoping and praying that they'll find my baby. And this thing, you know, 4-5 hours later, we found it in the kitchen. Oh my God! Laying like a motherfucker. So that means, look what time Miss Teresa would actually see the body. What time? That lady would see that goddamn body round 12. So to cover this part of, say we found the body at 12, right? This what this look like. This the cover up. They already been found the girl in the freezer. Well, they ain't nobody found Kenneka. They already knew where she was. They dragged her out the freezer at 12 and showed Miss Teresa the body. That's why Miss Teresa would run out the ballroom round about that time, right? So boom. So Miss Teresa gets on live Facebook and say, hey, then nobody didn't do nothing to it. She was found in a hot freezer. She gonna make that video, right? Okay. So boom. Now that just gave them more time, cause we thinking like, when we thinking 12, we thinking this 12. You believe they found the body at this 12? Miss Teresa saw that body at 12. Cause that's when Leonora said, yeah, then we went outside and we were looking on the 11th floor, cause we called the police back and said it's a struggle on the 11th floor. And the police came back up there. Now they need binoculars. It all makes sense now. Cause I was like, how would you see the body and then and say you saw her on the 11th floor and it's a struggle and the police came back? Maybe because it depends on where you were standing at. So shit, was y'all was at that pool area? Cause it'll be mighty strange. You'll be all in here in this parking lot. You see what I'm saying? You won't be able to see nothing standing right here. You can't look all the way up there. Be like, it look like a struggle. Even if you right here, what a struggle look like when the curtains move. So what draw your attention to those curtains and make it look like it was a struggle? So it would make sense that boom. Whenever y'all ran out, you had to come in this area. Cause Miss Teresa said she saw the police in this area. So if she saw the police in this area between the hours of 3 and 4, shit, you mean to tell me she don't see them folks in this area neither? Right there? Cause shit, if you say you found my daughter in the kitchen and all this, and you told me, you know, she found it in the kitchen, I'm gonna be right here in this area. Oh, okay, I know this the kitchen right here. Man, you will see me walking all back through this mother. Man, you will see nothing but family members all through this bitch. Man, look how close you gonna have to be. So if Miss Teresa saw her at 12 and they took the body out of there at 12, what the fuck Miss Teresa and them were doing the whole time when they took the body? taking police reports, because that's what they were doing, asking for the phone, you know what I'm saying, taking a security statement. They were taking Living Norris statement again. They started taking the manager's statement, the one that went in the kitchen. That's when they started taking, that's why they was in the ballroom. I thought they was in the ballroom because they just waiting on the view the body. But the whole time, when you look at the timestamp when Mitch Teresa was interviewed by the police, it was around about this time. 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Because they started off like at 12. Going on 1. That's why King Rob said what he said, yeah. They done got the time screwed up. So they finna take the body. So that means that's when all the narratives started hitting social media. They gave it to us then. Oh, look, matter of fact, this even the good part about it. Don't this match up? Oh man, Trey Gang, I'm so glad that you thought about this stuff. Cause look what Mitch Teresa would be doing on the phone, Kenneka phone. Uh-oh. Look. On Kenneka phone, what time Mitch Teresa will be editing a video on Kenneka phone at 8:36 p.m. And listen to this.
Yeah.
You ready?
And white long finger
Shit.
nails. And he did attach a picture. It looks like from camera footage.
Teresa getting no video ready for us.
They probably must have reviewed it from the hotel then.
Yeah.
You ready? Okay. Can I have the report number?
Sure. It's hang on. It's 2017.
Yep.
Dash 24677.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Thank you. Yep.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
So while the police were getting their shit together on the surveillance footage and staging the crime, Miss Teresa also staging evidence. While they do that, she was doing this. So all those videos that we saw actually came from Kenneka phone. It didn't come from no Irene phone. It didn't come from no Moniva phone, no Bree, Shamaya, nobody phone but Kenneka phone. That was the story in the beginning. Because we all thought that if they were going live on Kenneka phone using Monifa account, so Miss Teresa had something planned for us.
Rosemont Police Fire Pornsky.
Hi, my name is Oresco. I'm calling from the Crown Plaza, Chicago. Here.
So that means that's why we got all those videos. So look. So that means Kilo Brown went live September. What time Kilo Brown went live? September the 10th. Ooh. At 9 something at night.
The neck, why is it so wide?
She got the timestamp on that John. And it's crazy that girl had a whole fucking narrative. A whole narrative. Let's see when she go live.
And she came to y'all exactly.
Gotta go to the timestamp.
For about hours. What time is it right now? That's the right time?
On the couch for about 2-3 hours, dude. It's about 9 o'clock, dude. You're tripping.
Nigga, I've been sitting, nigga, remind y'all, I've been sitting here for hours, my nigga. When I tell y'all, I done read screenshots. I done read comments. But listen, everybody's focused on.
This not even 24 hours after the girl was found in the freezer. So now you know whoever, check this out. Now you know where she got all her information from. Miss Teresa. Miss Teresa, bruh. To fit the whole narrative of what she about to tell us. So all of this shit came from Miss Teresa and Leonora goofy ass. And keep this in mind. You got all this information less than 24 hours. Cause I remember that whole time frame what the fuck I was doing. I was going back and on their pages, right? They, you know what I'm saying? When you go back to the Monifa page, you like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, it wasn't all that tea on the internet like how she trying to make it. Yeah, that's how she was the only one that can find all of this shit. I knew it, bruh.
All the wrong shit. So if everybody want to know what I'm talking about the little girl that got killed in Chicago and left in the refrigerator. On my life, I done figured the whole situation out, my nigga. See, everybody watching that live video and everybody's paying attention to all the wrong shit. Meanwhile, I got my superstitious, geeky, voodoo ass reading between the motherfucking lines. I guarantee you, I promise you, Chicago, y'all better pay me, cause I done solved the murder for y'all. I done solved the whole situation for y'all. I just don't know the people, but y'all, when y'all find the people, I'm telling y'all exactly what happened. This is exactly what happened. Okay, now, everybody sees the live video and everybody's like, oh, there's a girl on the bed sucking dick. For one, that's not a girl that's over in that left corner. That's that boy.
So the whole thing was we got to cover this up by giving folks a story about these dudes that wasn't supposed to be there and they take advantage of these little girls. That's what happened. Dude got carried away, took her in the hotel, assaulted the girl, and threw her in the freezer. Even though we all know that gangs really don't operate like that. Not even a person finna take a woman to the hotel and rape her in the room. Instead of her just leaving her in the room and they just leave out and just leave and leave that person in the room, why take that person out the room, drag them all down in public, all down flights of stairs, elevators, and all this old shit just to put it in the freezer? Come on, bro. So basically, it's to cover up for the real truth of what happened to Kenneka. Because all these people just working for the Illuminati. They sell out. They want to be famous. They want to be known for something. They want clout, bruh. And they'll do anything to get it. Look. A whole narrative, not even 24 hours after Miss Teresa. So that when Miss Teresa got through editing all these videos, because if you gonna look. She edited this video. Let's go to the phone. Because that's why they trying to say this Monifa phone, but no, this Kenneka phone. Look, they was already doing this shit at 5. In the afternoon. Here go the first video. They start modifying that at 10:53 in the morning on September 9th in the morning. Shit. They mean this right before Leonora showed up at the hotel talking about, yeah, my sister was here in the hotel, but look what they was already doing with the phone at 10:51. Boom. 5 later on the evening. Then they added another video, 7:46. We got another video, 8:36. Another video. They added this video on September the 17th at 3 a.m. in the morning. Somebody losing sleep. Man, we might need to go on and look at some of those protests what were going on the 17th, cause that's when Lamont and them staging arrests. Miss Teresa, they escort Miss Teresa. They took Miss Teresa to jail in an ambulance, bruh. Bro, go to the protest and see what was going on September the 17th. Hold on. Matter of fact, I do it.
That's in that blue coat. So if y'all, everybody not paying attention. For one, y'all trying to put this little girl in too many places at once. Y'all putting her in the bathroom, y'all putting her on the bed, sucking dick, and then y'all putting her on the other side of the bed, choked out. Listen here, she wasn't on that bed, choked out, and she wasn't over there sucking no dick.
Oh, damn. Damn.
Ran her ass up out of there, and she came in return like in her mind, she like 3 of them was cute. They had, I don't know, got the little ghetto friend that got the nip ponytail, or her outfit just a little bit down more than everybody else. She's the only one in the crowd, who is not as cute as all them. You feel me? But they all best friends. Who gives a fuck? You my best friend, bitch. I don't give a fuck. I got a best friend who ain't on my level. That's my bitch. I don't give a fuck. But anyways, so the best friends, like, okay, that's who all came together. So everybody's talking about this Irene girl. Looking at her, bitch, like, what the fuck you mean? Help you look for her.
Man, this is September the 10th at 10:07. The girl went live at 10:07 at night with a whole narrative. Right?
Girl, where the fuck are her? And she over 18 now, so as friends, we all thinking to ourselves, girl, where her grown ass go? Where this grown ass bitch could be? That's how our minds is thinking, because in reality, our minds don't go to danger. Our minds don't go to danger instantly. We thinking like we turning up, bitch. Bitch, where y'all bitches just leave out this room to? So nobody was taking her serious at that point. So that's where everybody don't understand. That's how it all went the fuck down. So now everybody done came. Yeah. So why they want to make it seem like she drugged out the room and she just disappeared? No, that bitch drugged her friend out the room for that nigga's satisfaction, and then for her satisfaction. And when her and that nigga split up, and when she came, she thought that they were gonna do what they do, and they all was gonna meet back up, and her friend was gonna
We need
Correct.
to
Till we get the tape.
We got to get the tape.
Got a shooter for too.
Hold on, let me take a picture. Me and Jack. All right now.
It's September the 22. So, goddamn it, let me see what's going on. That's all you got? Hold on. I know where I need to go to. I know where I need to go to. That's September the 11th. I need the that's September the 14th. Right? And you got this shit going on with Lamont now. Damn, man, I gotta go to my lights. Shit, this September, this right after, oh, man. So, if you got Mitch Teresa making a video, creating a video on 9/17 in the morning. Look what they doing at the police station.
Of September the 9th in morning.
I'm still.
Bro, this makes sense. This makes sense. If this means the day before this happened, Mitch Teresa was fabricating videos on Kenneka phone and uploading them on social media. While these bastards were staging an arrest. That's why they were doing so much at the protests. So that means when Mitch Teresa, oh man, golly. You see what I'm saying? So look, bam, they would be here.
Hospital. No, he's still at the hospital.
He's in the hospital. What happened to him?
What happened?
Wait. Who are you talking about? Is it not Lamont record?
What's your name?
Lamont record?
Give me a second.
And that's the same time when Mitch Teresa gonna be calling out the protest too. Oh man. So you got Lamont and them doing this, cause look, they start staging the whole lot. Jedediah supposed to got locked up, Lamont got locked up, Andre supposed to got locked up, the Charlie nigga supposed to got locked up. Everybody was getting locked up. A freedom fighter P. Rico getting locked up. Then they were raising money. That's when they found out about the funds, the GoFundMe, and all of this old stuff. Shit, what else we got? I could just go to the protest. And shit, this the day before that. This the day before that. So that means she finna be editing videos right after the protest? God damn. Golly. If this don't seal the deal with Miss Teresa, bro, I don't know what to do. Look.
All the way down there. We out there. Look at all these police officers. All of them, look. Look at them. They out here, but they weren't out here when she needed them.
Own investigation. What have you learned?
Well, we're still in the preliminary stages of the investigation, but we have gathered, fortunately, more video than they initially released, and it gives us a better picture of what was going on around the hotel. Amazingly, it seems to me that some...
And y'all see Mitch Teresa there right there by that pool area too. And they got all those police standing on those bikes by that pool area. She know what time it is.
There were hotel staff that I would expect she should have encountered because she was in their actual operating kitchen. She was in several hotels, and we can see in various portions of the video footage employees that would have been in some of the same rooms that she was in as she kind of went through the rooms.
So you see that they would have been in the same rooms. Did you see any interaction between her and hotel staff in the footage that you watched?
I did not see any interaction, and we'll have to follow up with identifying the names of those employees to see exactly what they saw. But again, in the kitchen, for instance, you see someone in there mopping the kitchen. Also in the kitchen, you see someone who appears to be preparing some food. These are people who you would expect to have encountered her or at a minimum seen her as she went through the kitchen area.
So were they seen in the same frames as Kenneka, or they're just seen in other video in the kitchen around the same time? I'm just trying to piece together whether or not they actually may have laid eyes on her.
I cannot say that they laid eyes on her because they are not in the same frame.
Okay.
Again, that's going to...
Man, look how the dates matching up. Now you got this on September the 15th, right? So on the 16th, you got Miss Teresa at the hotel on the 16th protesting. So going on 3 in the morning, she fabricating a video. So that would be the 17th. And the 17th is when she gonna be at the protest again in the ambulance with Lamont. No wonder why she had to get on that ambulance because the police told, bitch, get on up in her. And this on the 15th. So this when they start staging a whole lot of, this said it was Thursday on the 14th. All right. It's still the same shit. Hold on. I think this on the 14th. I know this on the 14th. That's on the 27th. When this was? That's on the 26th. So look how when Mitch Teresa started editing those videos and starting all this confusion at the Crown Plaza and Jamal and them and Jedediah and them started all that trouble at those protests, and look what them folk were doing behind the scenes, bro. So, what was so important that why would Mitch Reese would have to edit a video in Kenneka's phone? If she ain't got nothing to do with this shit, you ain't concerned about whatever you edit in your phone, it better match up with the goddamn the footage, surveillance footage, because you can't be in two places at one time. So they explaining this shit on September the 26th. Damn near a week after when Mitch Reese editing video, then y'all got caught fabricating. People started catching on like, man, y'all ain't locked up because you can't pull up now one of their arrest record talking about they been locked up. And if you had a bond, that mean you been charged. It was no follow-up going to court, be like, yeah, they dropped the case on me. None of that shit, bro. You see what I'm saying? So look. Gray hairs. Greg hairs. Gray hairs. I ain't say shit about no motherfucking goddamn it. Oh, no. For the playlist. Hold up, y'all. Y'all know where I'm finna go to. And this finna match up with everything what I said about Kenneka walked out that building with dude. Boom! And watch how the time finna match completely up.
What's up, man?
Oh, wait, I can return.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, straight drop, you're next.
This is actually a remake of it. We can't find the original one that he did, but this is one he did where he lip synced back to the song that he made, the rap response to my rap. Okay, it's pretty good.
Hashtag J4K. It's your boy Straight Drop. I got time, you already know. But guess what? I see you. Oh, you big head on the Gray Hughes, Gray Hughes, Gray Hughes, Gray Hughes, Gray Hughes, Gray Hughes. She dead walking the freezer. Your time clock off. Gray Hughes, Gray Hughes, Gray Hughes, Gray Hughes, Gray Hughes, Gray Hughes. This is justice for Kenneka. No time for the game, dude. And your time clock off, dude. Was it 2:30, 3:30? Security. He got blood on his hands, dude. This ain't black versus white. This is about what is right. I got time, 9 times out of 10. Straight drop is right. Mike Larry with the strikes. Right. Told the king ain't right. T-Knight wanna fight. Man in the face might be the only one right. Was it murder or mystery?
told y'all, was it 130 or 150? So he gave you a 10-minute time gap. Was it at 130 or was it 150? I mean a 20-minute time gap. So that's 20 minutes from 130 to 150. This 115 on the footage. 116 on the footage. Let's go to the timestamp. To 1. We know that ain't no Kenneka because she outside made her way where? Hold up. Look where everybody will be going to. See that? Look where everybody gonna be. When Kenneka came out through her, So what time y'all think they gonna pop off? At 130 or 150? Look where everybody will be going. Bree just came from where? He just parked over here. He could have came out of here. He could have came from the pool. This at 140. This at 130. So from 130 to 150, bam. Guess where everybody going to? Here. So what happened at 130 and 150? Hold on. Hold up. Leonora talk to the police. God damn. Let's see what Leonora got to say about that time frame. So her 230 and her 240 is at 130 and 140. Just like what Straight Drop said.
T-Night wanna fight. Man in the bank might be the only one right. Was it murder or mystery? Was she 5'9", 5'6"? Was she 130 or 150? Was she a drop? It's a mystery. Was she 19 or 21? Was it a GD or BD? Bree, Irene, Monifa, Hey Shamaya, Chicago Police, CP, Crown Plaza, CP. Sorry, Teresa. I'm sorry. Gray Hue. She didn't walk in the freezer. Your time block off.
And I broke the goddamn code. Now I know this shit was happening between 130 and 150. That mean when Kenneka came in this motherfucker, She gonna be here with staff members and other people, and whoever these people were, she got out of there, and she ended up in the pool area, but they drug her back in there. So now look, what time it had to pop off? Shit, it had to pop off just like what they said. Shit, it was at 1:30 or 1:50. Straight drop time. I go with straight drop time. Yeah, this shit happened right at 1:30. For 20 minutes. So from 1:30, she in this location. So she gonna be in this location. So that means they got all the surveillance camera in this area. So basically what they saying when they describe Kenneka route, they describing this area upstairs. Private area, kitchen. Private area, kitchen. So all that shit, what they were trying to say, yeah, Kenneka walked in the a kitchen showing you lower level. I don't even think the girl actually walked down lower level because they got to stage it. Everything they staged the route. If you had to stage the route, that means she didn't walk the route. But it would make so much sense. If this girl was in this private area and y'all got cameras and y'all was popping this shit off in there, say none of the cameras in this area don't work at all. And that's what they did. Yeah, what about that camera? It don't work. What about that camera? Nope, no work. Well, what's up with the kids? It's up on the construction. No, nobody don't even be back here. Okay. And people went for it. But the whole time, this where the elites come in there. I even had people send me pictures of the Freemason in this same ballroom. And I got it on my live video. It's a while back. Because they showed me pictures of Freemasons and women in this same ballroom dressed up in gowns and suits and shit. Ballroom gown dresses like a ballroom, bro. So I was like, well, they just showed me Masons do come here and they potted in that room before. So if you look at the Eastern Star witches, you don't think that was up in there doing the ritual with that girl? In that trying to kill that girl? Then you got Miss Teresa covering her tracks up through Kenneka phone. You got the hotel covering their tracks up through their surveillance footage. Then you got the police covering their tracks up through their investigation. So everybody got a narrative to tell the public and they all lied to us, bro. Hi, y'all. So it ain't no conspiracy to me what will be happening to that girl between the hours of 1 and 2 o'clock. I'm just trying to see what happened after that. Because I don't think they just place her in the freezer right away. I just want to know what I wish in my Miss Teresa voice. That camera that was above that freezer, it's a camera that's above the freezer. That's the crazy part about it. You mean to tell me you got a camera right here upstairs in the kitchen that's still working? All right, it's gonna be a camera right here. Cause if you know where all the cameras at, cause don't y'all know when Kenneka, don't y'all know when you go down that hallway on the lower level, bump the stair, go through those double doors, you know where all the chairs stand at? It's a camera right there. Won't you think it'll be a fucking camera upstairs in this exact location? See it. Wherever it's a camera at, it's gonna be the same layout. If you got a camera on the lower level, you got cameras on the main floor in the same spots. Just like you got cameras on every same spot. It's gonna be cameras in the same fucking spot, no matter what floor you go on. They're gonna be in the same spot. So it explains why would these people would be making it to the hotel with cups already in their hand. Won't it make sense that when we used to think it'd be like, well, if they get to the party, why they already drinking out of hotel cups? Because these hotel cups, these ain't even bar cups. Right? It would make sense if you put 2 and 2 together, be like, well, shit, they must have been coming out the goddamn caddish. See, they must have came out of this Caddyshack, walked this way, came in this way, meeting up with dude. Dude gets on the elevator with them, but he stays on the elevator and they gets off. And when they look, and what they did, they just circle right back around down food court house just to come back here and exit the motherfucker. No wonder why he went back there towards the kitchen. Cause when he came back there, this man walked clean right here and walked all the way back here. And he was back here for at least 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck? Then you got people in the kitchen. Look, then look where he would be coming from. So that means, check this out. You know what's on the other side of this kitchen right here. In my Miss Teresa voice, it's a camera above that freezer, and we all saw it. Right here. They just cropped it out. They just cropped the cooler out. Because I believe this the cooler that she was in, because that right there didn't work at the time. So they needed her to be moved here, because you can't show her y'all found it in here, because you right in front of the camera view. Crop this freeze out and act like nothing never happened over here and have a motherfucker to walk back here to complete your story. It completes your line. Hi, y'all. Man, Trey ain't finna get on up out here, y'all. I just want to expose the real tea. Because check this out. Them double doors right there, that where the manager came from, he could have came out this way. Look, watch this. You could go into this building. This how they fuck all us up. Watch this. This the hallway that you'll see everybody going to their cars. This the door that you could come into. So that means you can literally walk clean through this door, and the freezer right there. The freezer is right behind this fucking door right here. So the beverage manager walked this way. Cause we coming this way. So what he did, instead of just walking straight across to the freezer, he came through this way and turned and made a quick left. So you mean to tell me, bruh, that
Feelings take control.
Aura Ring 4, now in colourful ceramic.
Right here. So you mean to tell me when that man came around, he going right there back to the door. So he was in this area and went here, and once you go through here, you got to turn to go back here. Bro, it's a straight fucking shot. Straight shot. So what they did, that little freezer room, that's why Leonora kept saying that little freezer room. Say that little freezer. I want to listen to this bitch story again since we know the goddamn layout.
It was like 10 of us out here. They did not say.
Did they say anything else that what was in that freezer? Because why so long before somebody would go in a freezer in a hotel this size?
We went in the freezer. It wasn't nothing in the freezer. But one little piece of ice in the freezer was warm when we got in the freezer. It wasn't even cold. They said they had just turned it up. Even if it was out, it should still be in the cold with a freezer with all full of ice.
Did they say anything about any obvious marks on her or anything like that?
No, they didn't let us see her until they put her in the body. We didn't see none down here. We only saw her from neck on up. And her hair was all over her head. It looked like she was stifled. I asked her friends how was her hair was when she left out the hotel. They said her hair was flat and straight down. And when I saw it, it looked like it was just all over her head. It didn't add up. It didn't add up.
Were you the one who spoke with your sister about 1:30 the night before on Saturday morning, or no? One of your family members spoke with her at 1:30, right?
No, I know she left the house at 11:30.
On Friday.
Yeah.
But Saturday morning there was a report that somebody spoke with her, at least knew that she was alive at 1:30 on Saturday morning. Is there any confirmation that you know of from that? Okay. So we're literally looking for what happened from that time until she was found Sunday morning. I mean, nobody really.
That's a long time.
It's a long time.
That's a whole day to not to, like, even if a boy did find her, what made that a boy going to an empty freezer? How? If y'all say y'all don't use this area no more, so why is it boy in this area? I don't know.
There was also concern about her being locked in, possibly. Like, was there a padlock or something on the outside?
They found her in a double freezer. You had to go through one freezer to get to another freezer. But before you get to that freezer room, it's a camera right there. My mother asked them, did the camera work? The man said, the police officer said, detective. He said, I'm not sure. So now he say, told my mama, you can see video, whoever entered that room before, before you get in there, you can, yes, you should be able to see, because there's a camera right there before you enter the room. And it was an emergency lock inside the freezer. So if ain't nobody put her in there, if they say she walked in it like they say, I'm pretty sure that co-worker out when she was intoxicated, that must have woke her up. Why did she push the button? It wasn't nobody on. I mean, even if she did put herself in, she would have pushed that button. The door supposed to open. It don't add up since she walked in there. I'm pretty sure my sister would have pushed that button to get up out of there because she was freezing. It ain't right. It's an emergency button in the door, so just in case the door shut, it ain't even no handle.
Leonor, did you see this video that was traveling around on Facebook? And this is something I want to ask police, because I've asked them before. They said they weren't privy to it today. With a young lady who said she was her friend with a knife in her hand and a white T-shirt, and she was. Is there anything reason for you to be concerned about that?
I saw that, but if it was somebody from the hotel part, the police didn't tell us.
Somebody's doing something.
Yeah, they didn't tell us if it was. They didn't.
That's what I thought. That didn't add up. This hatch. Okay. If there's any other way for you to use us, I'll text you my number. You can reach out to us. Jamal has my number too, and also, yeah. But if you need anything else, I'm so sorry. This isn't something you should be grieving now. You should be trying to solve a crime here.
Yeah, but sometimes we gotta do what we gotta do. I get yes, that's my little sister. I'm not gonna stop until I get.
Can I ask you a question, sister? What is it that you want to tell the whole world to stop saying about your sister, negative, anything on Facebook, all these lies?
So you got Leonora guilty as day, cause You sound real dumb when you explain the route. You explain the route. The police in the kitchen, right? Hold up. You mean to tell me you explained this lady route? One thing I can say, Kenneka didn't come in this way. No, that's why she'll never be on the camera. Won't that make sense? If they said she walked in here, but these cameras don't work, that means she didn't come this way. But they got her on camera this way, passing employees where the kitchen is. So she had to come this way. So Miss Teresa, when she came and viewed the body, she didn't never request to be like, can you show me the rest of this kitchen? If she was found in the kitchen, don't you think she'll be all in this area observing the layout? She wasn't interested in it. Cause maybe she already been in that motherfucker before. So you got straight drop saying, yeah, did it happen there 1:30 or 1:50? Well, you got the phone text from Leonora at 1:20. Then a text message respond after that at 1:58. 4 minutes after straight drop said did it happen there at 1:30 or 1:50. Then you texting, the D look little and laughing about it. Then the news asking the lady again at 1 something. Hey, did you see this video? It's a girl with a knife in her hand. Yeah, I saw that video too. So when she would have a knife in her hand, and this at 1 something in the morning, going on 2 o'clock. Shit. Right here, it's gonna have to be somewhere in here with a knife. All the surveillance footage they gonna have Kenneka is in this area, but they can't show us the video because it ain't gonna show what we think it's gonna show. We ain't finna see no drunk ass girl walking through here stumbling. We ain't finna see none of that, bro. Man, we ain't finna see no abandoned kitchen and shit. No, you finna see a nicely fucking ballroom with a kitchen in the back. Cause if you look at this the kitchen too. So cause we know this where they wash dishes at. But this also the flight deck. So if it say if you split this down the middle, won't this would be like a little restaurant or flight deck or something? I don't know. But when it all boiled down, goddammit, this the footage that we need in this location. This whole square box upstairs, not downstairs. That's why the police would be at the trash dock, hanging out right here, waiting on the goddamn manager to come around this. So when the manager come around this door, so what he did was when he went down on the lower level, because when you track his movement, he finna go down lower level and get lost somewhere up in here. And we was like, damn, if he went downstairs in the kitchen, where else he go? Simple. He came down here, made his way back up into the private area. So when he made his way up to the private, because, you know, you got the steps right here and all this. So just say he probably took the elevator steps. No, this camera ain't on. So you know the wood double doors going to be locked. This is where the wood double doors at, right here. So you know you can't come this way. So boom. He done came through here, went to the freezer, and like he unlocked it, and unlocked the wood double doors, cause the police would be right here, waiting on him at the back door. This is like, you know what I'm saying, Have you know, like when you know they get to the house, you know what I'm saying, you get like, yeah, you know, cuz left the back door open, you know what I'm saying, let me go through the back door, you know what I'm saying, come to the front door, I'm gonna let you in, you know what I'm saying, get your gal, you open the front door, let your gal in, however you do it, you know what I'm saying. So when Leonora was like, yeah, explain the route, how she get to the kitchen. So when you get to the kitchen, first you gotta get off the elevator, you gotta walk past the front desk, then you gotta go down this hallway, and then she said, it's a kitchen right there before you even get to the kitchen. So once you get to the kitchen, it's a camera right here. Soon as you come in, it's a camera gonna show them coming down by the pot sink. They gotta turn. This the elevator. So boom, they gotta turn right here. Before they get to the wood double doors, they can go this way. It's a hallway right there, and you come in, boom. You in the kitchen. The manager had to come down here, go upstairs, come through here, open the door, unlock the wood double door, and the police be right here at the trash dock waiting on everybody. That's why you had the police at the front desk. When they ran this way. When Yusina Garcia came out, she wanted to keep the rap down on the lower level and run her happy ass all the way down here, cut through here, go this way, just to go back upstairs to the kitchen. Hi, y'all. Man, Trey going to be back. And I'm out, y'all.